Watkins Glen here in the Legends series, a combo I was kind of looking forward to until I remembered, oh yeah, my shifter doesn't hardly work worth a darn, and these cars have absolutely terribly old and poor
Catch
performing
the 14
transmissions.
car, catch the
So
10
using the paddle
car, catch
shifters
the
is basically
14 car,
impossible,
catch the 17
and
car.
my H pattern won't stay in second gear half the time, and it's getting to where about a fourth of the time it won't stay in fourth. So this is going to be just a nightmare for me. But we got all the usual suspects here. Unfortunately, the 8 has made it back. He was the one that caused about 80% of the cautions in the North Wilkesboro race, just running people over, so that's nice to see him back. But hopefully we live. We're car number 12, starting 19th. I didn't qualify because I haven't even made it 2 laps in a row yet. Like, I'll make it 1 lap and have a decent time with shifting, and then the next lap I'm just spinning out under braking, like it's just snapping in the braking zone. So that's scary. Billy up there on pole, he is extremely quick in the road cars apparently. Landon's up there as well. Colton actually made it to the split. He's qualified up there in the top 5. So good luck to all of them. Hope they live. Joe is up in 9th. Gavin is here in 11th. Nick in 12th. James in 13th. All just a few rows in front of us. We got Chad starting right next to us, and then Shane behind us as well. And I think me and a few of the other people in front of me haven't qualified. We're just going to be looking to survive, man. If I can make it 2 laps in a row, I'll be really happy. This is going to be super tricky. Only 25 laps, no pit stop required. Let's see how many people get run over into turn 1. Hopefully we're not one of them. I mean, it could happen that the 8 just full throttles it and wrecks the entire field, so we can watch out for that. Oh, man. Let's see what happens.
Pro tip.
Let's
Get
see what
ready.
happens. We're going to be braking super early into the corners and hopefully getting it in gear before we get to the corner. Because if you
All right,
have
man.
to
The pace
slam it
car
in
is
from neutral mid-corner, it can snap on
Green,
you.
green, green.
Okay. Nice and easy. We get it into third. We get it into second.
You've got a slow car on the right. You got one
Somebody's
on your left.
wrecked. It's the
3
18
wide on
car.
the right.
We're 3
You got
wide.
one on your left. You're 2 wide there. Stay right.
We got James in front of us.
Keep right there. Clear on the left. Car on your left.
Oh my gosh, this guy's loose on my left.
All clear.
This is the classic layout, so there's no bus stop, which means braking into the carousel is pretty freaking insane. I'm braking really early for this, and even that is not really enough. And you got that giant bump right
got one on your
there.
right.
19 flying up through here,
All clear. Got one on
as
your
well as
right.
the 7. I'm just trying to be careful here.
Still there.
We got a
Clear
long
on the
race,
right.
longish race. Tires will play a factor as well. The feel of the car changes quite a bit on the road courses as the tires wear. James
on your
goes
right.
a little bit off there. I think he
All
caught the
clear, all
grass on the entry to that left-hander. So we gain a couple spots there, I think. We got the 24 car behind us. Braking well before the stoplight. Somehow get it into second. Nick
Got
goes
one on your
wide.
Car on your left. You're 2 wide there.
Sorry, bud.
Clear on the left.
Nick makes it back on track in front of us somehow. I thought he was going straight for the tire barriers with the angle he was taking. We passed like 5 people there as they were checking up for all that.
Really?
No cautions on the road courses, so we kind of just have to go. And luckily we didn't cause any issues there. Okay, that gets into third somehow. I'm braking like in the middle of the bus stop, where the bus stop is, but obviously not taking the bus stop. And we'll see how far back those end up being after the tires wear off a bit. You can see it jumping into neutral under braking in 4th gear before I even start shifting it, because it won't stay in 4th gear either. Had to jump on the clutch there to get into second. See what position we're in. We are in 14th. Get it down into turn 1. 7 car goes wide behind us, so that gives us a little bit of space. And I'm overdriving the entry to the S's because I'm forgetting where I am. One guy's already left. Alright, we got Nick right in front of us. We're in 14th as the number 12 car. That's not bad. We got a bit of a gap behind us to the 19. Not too spectacularly big, though. We got some cars wrecking up ahead. That is the 8 car. Surprise, surprise. Hopefully we can beat him now. Hopefully none of my equipment falls off my desk.
Let's on that shift in the 5th gear.
Another guy's going wide. That is the 4 car. All right. I think we've done okay so far. Gavin is up ahead. Surprisingly, haven't had too many shifting issues up to this point.
Sorry about that, Joe.
Joe is really quick as well here,
I just missed the corner.
or just on road in general. He was doing exceptionally well at the Lotus 49 race. He was at the K5 Championship. He was gone for a few weeks in Bathurst watching some racing there. Mount Panorama in Australia. Bet that was really fun. I don't know why Nick and the 12 or the 21 car were
You've got a slow car on the left.
so shallow on entry there. I wonder if
Go right.
Nick. Oh, that's Dan Taylor. He's off. We've seen him before. Was the 21 blocking Nick? Maybe, I don't know. I didn't think Nick was that close yet. Can't really tell. I'm just trying to be smooth and keep it on track, and I think we're doing okay so far. Let's not run straight in the back of Nick, though, in one of these braking zones. All right, Nick looking to the inside of the 21. 21 veering all over the place.
Good job, man. You're in the top 10.
Can't get it in gear. Can't get it in gear.
Car on your left.
And that's my problem.
Clear on the left.
21 is blocking like crazy as well, so that's nice.
What the fuck is that setup?
Alright, we got a big gap behind us. Unfortunately, it's the 8 car. He'll probably end up catching us and then just dumping us. I don't know what the 21's doing.
Wow.
Letting people go, I guess? I don't know. I'm keeping it in 3rd here because obviously my shifter does not really allow me many options if I want to be consistent. Now, let's see if we can get around this guy. We are up to top 10. I'm just babying this thing around. Big wiggle on throttle.
All right, man.
Brake
20 to
early.
Go get him.
Okay, we get it slowed down. Nick might have got a bumper there. But he pulls out ahead before the S's. Miss 4th. And lose a bunch of time down one of the longest straightaways on the track. Great. Man, it's 21. Keeps entering the carousel so shallow for some reason. And it's just killing his speed. And now he's just blocking.
Got one on your left. Car on your left. Clear on the left.
Nick must have made a mistake. He lets the 19 go. Hey, we don't miss a shift coming out of the final corner this time. I cannot get the stupid car in gear. I'm just going to have to let this guy go or he's just going to wreck me.
Clear on the right.
We're never going to be able to make any passes because I'm never going to be able to get in gear when I'm around anybody. Very fun. I don't even know why I was shifting up to fourth there in the middle of the freaking S's, but whatever. Get it into gear when we get over that bump before the carousel. Now this is probably where Nick's going to get wrecked by the 8 car. Unfortunately, we are definitely faster than the 21. I just can't get around him. Really wish the 8 had just wrecked out. Unfortunately, he survived, and now the 21's looping it.
Go left.
That makes that pass easy. Now Shane is starting to catch us. Please get in gear. Please get in gear. Gosh. I'm just gonna have to start leaving it in third. I cannot go to second at all. This shifter is just a piece of junk, piece of plastic. Nearly looping it on the top of the S's. But just by surviving, we're almost top 10, so, and my pedals are going out as well, so all my equipment is just failing at the same time. It's very cool. But my wheels have been doing that for a while, and so has my shifter. I would use paddles, but I cannot downshift this car in the paddle shifters. Like, I can't. I tried.
I barely made it.
For a long time in practice, I tried to get it to work, and I could not do it consistently. I mean, that's just what we're going to have to do right there. We can get it into third. We can pretty much get it into fourth.
Slow car on the right.
And the 8 goes massive wide.
Got one on your left.
So now he's going to catch back up, and we have to let him go again, because otherwise he'll just wreck us. That's the second time we passed him, because he's just been terrible. Okay, we gained a lot of time on Nick on entry right there. But we're going to lose it all back once the 8 gets to us. That was a pretty good corner for us. Don't have the run out of the corner though, because we can't get it into second.
You dig it, man. You're in top 10.
We're in top 10 as somebody must have wrecked out. We cut that very shallow. Colton is up ahead. He must have been struggling, or maybe he had an issue. Now here comes the 8 to ruin our fun.
Got one on your right. Clear on the right.
Though he's going to open the door for me.
Car on your left.
I'm not going to have a very good run out of this corner. I'm going to get the grass a bit. We just can't get the run, being that shallow right there. And he's not going to roll over for me, so we're going to have to earn this. I think we're a little bit quicker at this point. But it's just going to be so hard on the exit of these corners. Oh,
Car on your left.
oh. Sorry.
Clear on the left.
Dang it. I'll let him get back to me.
You're in the top 10.
That was payback for Bristol. I did not mean to do that, though. Here, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Oops. Alright, we got Chad behind us. He shouldn't dive bomb us or anything like that. We're going to earn this pass. And hopefully not wreck him again. Alright, we get a better exit this time. Hopefully he doesn't have much damage.
Still there. All clear.
Looks
all
like he
clear.
might have. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. I think I was braking at the same point, but he was just backing it up so much. I am sorry. But with these, I mean, you have to be so far back from where you think you're braking. I more than likely just overshot it. And I would hate it if he had damage. Looks like he does, though.
Wow.
Okay, see if we can hold off Chad.
That was slow, Shane.
Yeah, I tapped it in the beginning of the
The
race.
old
Won't
hit
be
and
slow
run
for
on
long.
Nick. He's losing a bunch of positions now. That's unfortunate. I feel terrible. His wall, he put me in the wall at Bristol, but it didn't do anything. That looked like it ruined his race. I tried to give it back to him. He just is off the pace now, I think. Didn't have Chad on. I probably missed if he said something. And we are breaking loose on braking. The tires are wearing out. We're going to be super slow out of these sharp corners because I don't have second gear, basically.
My God, this setup is awful.
Alright. Can we keep Chad behind us? I don't know. We were quicker than Nick, it looked like. I just had not been able to make the pass. And I was going to follow him
Completely counterintuitive.
through that last corner and try and get a good run, taking a nice wide arc, but probably wasn't going to get a good run anyway, since I didn't have second. I don't feel like I overdrove it behind him, but I probably did. Alright. Nick has a bit of a gap to the 21. I think he just got back around him. Oh my. Can we hold off Chad? I think through the rest of the course that we're better, but just on the bottom of the hill out of turn 1 we just suck because we don't have any acceleration in third gear. But the rest of the track we're okay. loose there. I don't appear to be cutting that nearly as much as I could, which is unfortunate. Okay, a little bit of gap now, 0.7. I would be very happy with the top 10, though I would feel very bad about it. Oh no. There's a 1x, probably a slowdown. Thought we had a 4x from that, I guess only a 2x. We also have the 16 car not far back behind Chad. Something to keep in mind. All right. Nice and smooth. Keeping it in third for that corner isn't too bad. But turn one, you really need to get into second, but I just can't. And I cannot get this car to slow down anymore. We're gonna have to start braking way earlier than right before the stoplight. From now on, I guess. And this is about the worst S's I've ever seen. Nick's back in 14th. Hopefully he can hold James off. Chad's gonna get to our inside. Nearly.
On your right.
He's gonna bring the 16 with him. I'm gonna get a really good run out of the corner though.
All clear, all clear.
I'm gonna fight for this top 10. Unfortunately, that cost Chad that spot. The 16 got around him. And he's probably quicker than I am, and I'm getting loose and all over the place. Have to be so careful. Even that was almost overdriving it. But that was much quicker than
you can drive any other car.
how far
that one here.
we overdrove it
My God.
previous 2 laps.
Pass me on the left here, Billy.
Chad is 2 seconds back now. This guy's trying to dive bomb it from 14 car lengths back. I got loose and kind of cut him off there. All right. Figured with how far back we're braking, he'd go for the dive bomb, but even with how far back we're braking, we are nowhere near where we need to be. I don't know if he missed a shift there or what. He was going to go to my inside and clear us before the S's. All right. This race needs to be over quickly. Nick has gotten past. He's going to be off pace probably with the damage.
Car on your right. Clear on the right. Car on your right. Still there. Keep left. All clear, all clear.
And we are not in gear. All right, let's break here. Maybe this will be slow enough. No, still not. And get ready for another dive bomb. Chad is still about 2 seconds back. Don't clip that grass. We're getting loose. Bad corner. I can't let this guy go or Chad will be on me. Plus I want 10th. Would love it to get in gear though. And we overdrive the final corner, but still get an okay exit, I guess. This guy is going to be on our outside, maybe, or inside, I don't know.
Got one on your left.
I guess he wants the left side.
Still there? Hold your line. All clear, all clear.
And if you would just go around me. I'm not
Car on your
blocking,
left.
I'm just trying to get a good exit, and I have no idea what lane you
Right
want.
there.
Like every corner, it's
Still
like
there? Hold your line.
a completely different
All
lane
clear,
that I'm
all
not
clear.
expecting.
Got one on your right. Still there.
Like he could have passed us on the outside there.
Still there. Keep left. Stay left. Clear on the right.
All right, now let's not run him over into turn 1. Shane is on pit road. That's unfortunate.
5 laps to go.
Maybe this guy will overdrive it one of these times. We definitely didn't that time. 5 to go now. All right, looks like we're getting 11th, unless Shane or Chad can get up here and pass us. Nick's way far back.
I'm still on that jet.
Oh man, this has not been a good race for me. I'm in 11th. I don't deserve 11th. We've wrecked Nick, like just by ourselves. Completely on us. I don't know. Could be some more mistakes up through the field. Feels like I'm gonna break the oil pan. Hitting the bottom of the curb there. Okay, let's just get this race over
Where you
with.
going? I'm going. Fuck you, man. I would have let you by on the straight where I'm supposed to.
Pass me left here.
Appreciate it.
Man.
There we go. Let's miss a couple more gears. I don't even know if we need to go to fourth on the front stretch anymore with how far back we got to brake for this corner now. Brakes are just so hot. The tires are so hot. Downhill, these cars are like 5,000 pounds. I mean, you just gotta really be careful with it. And he's gonna go way to the right before the carousel.
2 laps to
I
go.
have no idea why people have been doing that. Very, very odd. It's not doing anything but hurting his time. Imagine we're not going to be able to get around him. He's probably going to be extremely aggressively blocking. And also just plain fighting on the outside, which is fine, but we're not going to be able to make the pass, I doubt. Unless he makes a mistake. Hopefully I don't run into him. We've done enough of that already. Let's get it in the grass a bit. I do not understand what these people are
White
doing.
flag this time by. 1 more to go.
It's very odd. Leader's got the white at this point, though. Nick is still in 15th. About did the same exact thing to the 16. Luckily, didn't. Let's bring it home, no mistakes. We'll get 11th. Well, we're definitely not getting 10th now. Nearly gave it to Chad.
Really nice race, Matthias and Wallace. It's really tough to get a run
Oh,
here.
Matthias was in here too, I forgot. Or I didn't see him.
Good race, man. You were tough.
Oh, what a terrible, terrible race.
We were about the same pace pretty much the whole race. We were just better at different corners.
At least we beat the 8 car, I think, didn't we? No, probably not. He finishes 5th. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I thought I had something from Matthias early, but maybe I just ran my tires off.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, the carousel, I was very solid there. You've got a slow car on the right.
Really bad.
There's the checkered flag.
Really bad.
All right, man. Bring it on home and let's get out of here.
Really bad. Okay, what were the tires, I guess? 93, 87, 79 on the left rear. Nick's probably not happy with that, but I messed up. Take a look at the incidents. Gives him a short to post. Oh, okay. Yep, good race to Chad. We'll take a look at the results. Billy gets the win from the pole. He is just very good at the road courses. Matthias was actually number 1, so he did good as well. He finishes second. Landon gets third. That's a great run for him. I gotta congratulate everybody here. Good job to Billy. Colton finishes 6th. Good run to him. Gavin finishes 7th. Joe gets 9th. Good run to Joe. I get 11th. Chad gets 12th. James gets 14th. Chad finishes 12th all the way back from 22nd. So that's good. Nick manages 15th. I think he was pretty damaged from when I stuffed him into the tire barrier. Shane had some issues. He gets 19th. Dan Taylor as well. Ugh. Not a good one. But we get a couple thumbnails. He gets a short out of it. 18 just loops it. And everyone else seems to get by okay. That's Christopher. I don't know if I know that. 16 car. He just gets sandwiched. Oh, geez. 16, we had a good race. He wasn't being dirty. I didn't understand why in the world they were all going so low into the carousel. Nick he gets the loose under braking thing that I was complaining about in practice, and then he gets into the grass and can't slow down from there, but he keeps it pretty straight. And they all, with the 16, wreck behind him. The 16 just gets sandwiched. Then he comes back and passes us pretty easily. And this is when I went like 5 wide. The 9 just had no idea they were 3 wide there and just turns in. And let's see if we sneak off. See how we sneak off through there. I mean, the 7 did really dive bomb that. Like, there's no way he was making that. And we just barely sneak by it. That gets Nick right in front of us to set up the disaster. It's an interesting AC Delco car. I like that color. That's the same color as my pink next gen car. There's the loose under braking for the 9. It just snaps like crazy fast. Under braking, it's pretty crazy. Here's the 8 just dive bombing it, nearly taking out Gavin again, and then just completely missing the corner. So great racing, great driving for the 8. 22 as well. Let's see what happened to him. I think he just downshifted one too many times and that snapped it. Ooh, 4 car. He's going to the gravel. Did he get the grass on entry here? No, I think he just missed his braking point and then couldn't get it in gear, so he didn't have any engine braking, and then he's going to hit the tire barrier pretty hard, and that breaks the wheel. Okay. Did he get loose? I don't know what he did. It looked like he just turned it straight left. Maybe he got loose, I guess. Dan, downshifting into the carousel, maybe just braking. I think that's a downshift. Trying to Tokyo drift it, but doesn't get it slowed down in time. Hard into the tires. That'll break the car. And he's broken. 16 and the 22. 16's kind of pushing. 22's there. He gets him. Somehow 16 keeps it out of the wall. Keeps it from spinning. And he still beats us. 29 hits the brakes. Is this after? No. That's when we let the 8 by and we're waiting to get back to Nick. Shane is just overdriving the S's just a bit. 22 still having some trouble with the carousel. That's some damage. Whoops. Gosh dang it. I pressed shift instead of... I don't even know what lap that was. Probably not that lap. I pressed shift instead of control. Control numpad 3 to go to the next incident. Just on the iRacing replay screen. Apparently shift just takes you to the end of the race. 2 car, Colton, oh. He got loose under braking, had to slam the brakes to not bump into the guy. He loses some time there, but he was really quick. Ooh, 21 hitting James a little bit. There was a bit of net code, but they're probably going to hit anyway. And then I'm trying to hit the brakes, get out of the way, and oh, it's going to be a hard impact. No tire barrier there, at least. And he's got some damage. Like, you can see I jump to the right because I see his bumper just getting super huge, and I'm trying to get it slowed down, and I just couldn't do it in time, and just that little tap is all it takes. And that sends him into the fence. Woo! Let's go back. Well, too late. Shane and the 24 car both spinning into turn 1. I did this every second lap in practice. I think they just both got the braking thing, and oh, there's the 21. More people coming. Whew. 24 missing the carousel. That is a really cool looking car. I like that car a lot. Cheerwine. I mean, I don't care for the soda that much, but that is a cool looking car. 18, he's getting that loose under braking. Has to catch it and then is on the wrong side of the track. Shane is drifting the carousel. He did not slow down in time. That's the tire barrier, and that's probably a broken left front. No, maybe not. And Shane gets the grass, and that will just destroy you. You got no traction there. Landon said he hopes Nick's not mad at me, and I don't think he is, but I told him Nick can get payback in the K5 race if he wants to. At Bristol. Though I guess we are even now. He put me in the wall, you know. He did put me in the wall. That's it. Really not that much. And we got Billy's really cool Halloween car, so. We struggled. He's in the 13-4s, man. I mean, we got nothing for that. We get 5 incidents. Nick gets 6. And we don't finish top 10, but we beat our car number. Probably should have qualified, but that was just really dangerous, you know. But, oh well.